Yes, my people, it's been a while, and we're entering and wrapping up training camp day number 5. Woo, Sixers ball's been gone for a while. Training camp spirit, got my tee on. Bro thinks he's on the team. Trust me, I'm not, as you guys all know. But on a serious note now, season's only a couple of weeks away. Pre-season's next week. Stuff's starting to ramp up. We're really getting back into the season. But there's a lot to talk about, a lot to unwrap, and the energy around the team seems great. But overall, I want to unwind this and unpack this with you guys. You guys give me your opinions, and I'm about to give mine. But let's jump right into it, and don't forget to subscribe. But if we're going to get right into it, let me quickly present my screen. Also, whilst I'm doing that, yeah, G-Man like the lighting, like going for the dark look, trying to try something new. That's what I do. I'm a bit weird, so bear with me, people. But on a serious note now, Joel Embiid is in that season. He's in that mood right now. A lot of technical fouls after the ones. People crying it's a free throw merchant. He's going to hit him with these. Technical foul. Who gives a hell? But that's the mood we're in. We're ready for this season. But on a serious note now, there's something which a lot of people have been very concerned about. And it's been this comment right here. If you read this tweet right here where Joel Embiid says, I haven't played. I've been doing a lot of drills, but I haven't actually played. I think I'm slowly building my knee back up. I think that's the main thing. Slowly building back up. My opinions on that is we knew Joel Embiid wasn't fully healthy in the Olympics. He just wanted to play as it meant something to him. And the way he's spoken about it this offseason, you can tell he's going to be load managed quite a bit more. So I feel like you can have your opinions on it, but it is what it is. You can't keep beating a dead horse. He is still, I won't say rehabbing, but building up the strength in his knee. That's why we have more star power this year. Guys that can help Joel through this and help him cruise through the regular season a lot more. And it is what it is, man. You can't really beat yourself up over it. Obviously, it's not ideal, but we've got to work with what we've got to work with. And I'm sure I prefer this now and Joel be healthy in the postseason than for Joel to be healthy now, then get hurt and burn out when we actually need him most. So I'll take that 10 times out of 10. Well, speaking of Joel Embiid, Joel made a very interesting point. You know, in the Joel Embiid era, we've worried about three-point spacing, and now we're worrying about, wow, we've got a lot of guys in the rotation who's actually going to make it. Well, the 17th pick this year, Mr. Jared McCain, seems to have made a very big impression on the big fella.
It is tough, compete. Great shot maker, really shot, shoot the ball, shoot the ball. Great energy. He has a pretty good chance. I don't want to put the expectations out there, but I gotta see more.
The keywords here are shot maker, competes, and overall someone who's been shooting the ball very well. If you're going to get minutes on this team as a rotational player, those things Joel highlighted are the things you have to do. And the fact that it's coming from Jared McCain, the rookie who was drafted this season, is something who, that doesn't even make sense. Let's rewind. Boop. The fact that this is coming out about Jared McCain, who's our rookie this year, is a great sign because obviously it's going to be tough to get minutes as a rookie in this kind of roster with the kind of mode we're in. But if you do those little things correctly, you're going to get minutes. Overall speaking, if you're playing for Nick Nurse, you've got to play both sides of the ball. You've got to be scrappy. You've got to fight. And these are the kind of adjectives used to describe Jared McCain. So it's really bright to see. And it's kind of refreshing seeing a rookie who is already trying to get better. Before the season, you'll see how he's like, I want to reach out to Tyrese, reach out to this, that, and the third, I think he reached out to Patrick Beverley as well, to see how the NBA is going to be and how he can kind of prepare himself to be ready and full on for whatever role he gets. And this right here just shows how willing this guy is to work and how hungry he is to succeed. Like, this is just amazing.
Shooting at this level, there's a lot of what you experience. So everyone, what I've noticed, everyone is, I've said this a lot too, everyone's 6'8" with 7-foot wingspan. Like, everybody is in the gaps, but they easily can get back to you. So I think I've tried to...
What did I do, sir?
What do you notice about the adjustment shooting at this level? There's a lot of what you... So everyone, what I've noticed, everyone is, I've said this a lot too, everyone's 6'8" with 7-foot wingspan. Like, everybody is in the gaps, but they easily can get back to you. So I think I've tried to extend my range, and I think that's something I've been working on all week. Because when they're in the gaps, you have to be able to just knock it down from super small. But yeah, just the length. I think nothing changes mechanically with my shot. I feel like I have a quick release, but just being able to extend my range and knock down.
It's just the proactiveness. You know, when a lot of guys come over from college who are three-point shooters, they struggle in their rookie season for the pure reason that it's not the same line. The NBA line's a lot further, and if you're a shooter, you're going to get pushed further and further back, and you're encouraged to be a bit further back to space the floor more for a guy, in our case, like Joel Embiid. The fact that he's already taken that upon himself to be practicing and is clearly paying off, as the guys in training camp have been saying, it just shows how willing this guy is to get better. And the most important thing here, not to get you guys scared, is that he's not changed his shot mechanics. I know over here we're scared when we hear tweaking shots, but this guy's just been extending his range and just preparing himself. You can see how much film he's clearly studied, because he specifies how everyone's taller than him, everyone's longer than him, pause, and everyone's just as, or if not more, athletic. So in order for him to be able to be effective, he's going to be able to get off his release in them small gaps. He needs to be able to shoot in uncomfortable situations, and the fact that he's practicing this with Rico is amazing. So I feel like these are little things that are going to get him minutes, and these are little things that could really make him a key rotational piece. I'm not saying he's going to be right away. I'm not saying he's even going to be this season, but the fact that he's doing these things to at least make himself an option for Nick Nurse is great to see. And the overall vibe in training camp this year is different. Everyone's positive. You've got coaches speaking highly of players, players speaking highly of other players, and it's a sense of competitive nature. Here we've got Joel Embiid working on his little elbow mid-range jumpers, his specialties, pattern shots, and I feel like this season just has a different vibe and energy to it overall. I feel like, again, guys like Nick Nurse talking about his takeaways here, which I'm going to play the video briefly in a minute, is the energy. And that's the biggest thing. If you're playing for Nick Nurse, you've got to fight on both ends of the ball and have energy. And the fact that he's already instilling his identity into this roster is the most important thing. In previous years, we didn't know what the identity was. We didn't know what X, Y, and Z coach wanted, what their stamp on the team was. It's obvious what it is now. And as you can see from this guy, he seems delighted with what he's getting from the team.
Everybody around the organization, you know, they saw how hard they were playing and the energy that was being put out there, and I think it just gives everybody an extra lift. That's the first thing, and the second thing, which is really important when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you know, I just feel like we got a lot of data. Right? I think I saw what I needed to see with a lot of guys, and you know, your kind of thoughts of what are they going to be, either changed a little bit or just really confirmed it, right? And gives you some ideas on how you can use them and where you think they fit in.
And again, I just feel like this is just, again, great to see how, you know, Nick Nurse is looking for guys who are working hard, and he's basically got what he's expected out of the team, and now he's got the data to back up who's going to play in what kind of situations, obviously adjusting it on the fly. But when you've got a coach who stamps what he wants and he's getting that from his players, that's just a sign of a cohesive unit, and a team is going to fight for each other. And it's the little things like this is what's going to push you on to win games, because there's going to be games where the big fellas out. There's going to be games where your star players and your role players aren't hitting. But how do you win those games? By being scrappy, being together as a unit, and having high levels of just stamina, just being able to keep going throughout the game. And you can tell Nick Nurse is making that a real emphasis on this team, being able to get up and down the floor, outrun teams, and overall fight. And when you kind of see those kind of things within the team, I feel we're going to be fine, because in previous years in this city, we've seen guys who don't fight, wink wink. You've seen players who give up, and that's not going to roll this year, and that's not going to roll under Nick Nurse. And like I said, his whole identity is being stamped on this team, and that's exactly what I love to see. But overall, I'm not going to overrule.
Oh, I think that's something I'm working on Rico. Because when they're in the gaps, you have to be able to just knock it down.
Guys,
super strong. But yeah, just the length.
You see me, I'm like an unk with this stuff, you know. I don't know where these videos are playing for. I'm trying this for the first time, so bear with me, my people. But overall, like, there's just been a lot of positivity. Like, Nick Nurse, guys speaking highly of each other. Sorry, Jared, we've heard you already. Joel speaking highly of Jared McCain. And guys like Paul George said the Sixers defense stands out as a key strength. Nick Nurse stamping his authority and his stamp on the team. I can play this if you guys want me to. It's not like you guys can hear me, so I'll probably play in a minute. But with myself, Caleb, and Kelly, we've been able to really cause chaos on the perimeter. Why is that key? Paul George, length, can move laterally, same as KO, same as Caleb Martin. Those are the kind of wing defenders that cause teams problems in the postseason, and the kind of guys you need. Remember when the only one of those guys we had was Matisse Thybulle? Well, now we have 3 to 4 to 5 of them. That's going to leave Nick Nurse to do different things schematically, defensively, and make us a much harder cover on both ends of the floor now. Because you damn well don't want to give up the ball. because you already know we're going to cause damage on the offensive end. And defensively, we're going to make you work for your buckets too. So I kind of like the, what's the word? The kind of energy Nick Nurse is stamping on this team. And you can see he's a guy who really loves wing defenders, versatile guys. And yeah, I can't lie. I feel like I'm just talking in circles because, like I said, I ain't done this before. But who cares? But overall now, to wrap up day 5, we're seeing nothing but positivity. I remember in day 1, they said the standout was Gershon Yabusele, which is great to see because, yeah, you want these switchable guys. When you need a bit of physicality in there, he's a guy who can come in there and be a bully, right? And then you see when you're looking at your guys on the wings, can they play both sides of the ball? And it's looking like defensively, they're all locked in. Paul George made some comments, which I don't have, about Tyrese being looking like a born leader. And this is the thing. The leader doesn't have to always be the best player in Joel Embiid. We need multiple leaders. Because on any given night, you might have to call on your own number. And when you have that kind of trait within yourself, that's the kind of things you need within a championship level team. A team that can go over the top. So like I said, a lot of positivity. But all of this is all well and good until we see it on the court. And we're going to see how this translates. I believe they're playing the Wizards next week. But again, it's preseason, but it'll be good to see this team, the new looking Sixers for once, see how they're looking. You can't take too much from a preseason game, but NBA ball's back. What can I say? But overall, I'm pretty excited. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys are excited about this as well. I feel like I'm just pleased to see how highly he's been speaking of guys like Jared, because there's going to be a fight for minutes this year. And it looks like defense is what's going to get these guys on the floor. So, you know what I'm trying to say? It's the little things that's going to really carve out roles in this roster this year. And I'm excited to see what comes of it. But in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are excited and what you guys want to hear out the rest of training camp. And overall, that's me out. That's me done. Stay blessed, my people. Make sure to drop a subscription. Let's have a discourse and a conversation down below. But thank you guys so much for listening. I'm out, my people.